First, another Terran player coming out to face against Super.
What do you think about this choice, actually?
I don't know if I like it. I mean, he's very good TVP. I mean, you guys see his record there, but those 3 wins against Protoss are big. I think one of those classic. He's taken out some big Protoss names. I'm just not sure if he has the experience here in Pro League. I mean, he's played some very tough games, but he's just not come out that very often.
On this map, if you're really, really confident, if you're really good at that Widowmine tempo play, it's probably the best map in the pool for it because the third base is so exposed. Charged Zealots trying to crash against those Widowmines and Marauders, the good kiting. That Charged Zealot composition that we've seen from Super time and time again, that can be pretty tough. And he's the only Terran player really that's left for JIN to offer, and it's a good pick for the map, but I don't... If he fails here, I think JIN is really going to regret sending him out because this now basically, in my mind, eliminates one of SOS or Terminator or Pig Baby, you know, one of those PvPs that you could throw against our last player. I mean, he's the last player standing. PvP is the last matchup he probably wants to play. You could send 2 Protosses. The map is up and loaded. Cure is ready now. We're going to have a Terran versus Protoss. It's still our last life here for Super. Can he win another game, or does it all end here? Let's find out.
Up here in the top left in the green. This time it's not Maru. He's playing for JIN Green Wings. It's going to be Cure.
To the bottom right in the teal, Super. The last man standing. The ace for MVP. Just want to point out that for like the last 3 matches on my intros, I've said let's find out at the end of it. Find this.
I didn't notice that, actually.
It's one of those things where we just suddenly get thrown into the game and I'm like really excited and I have to close somehow and I'm like, oh no, I said the same thing every time.
I think it's okay.
But it's fine. I just like to pick fun at myself sometimes when I do these intros. Doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Well,
Super over here not having the best stacking on the close minerals, something I noticed. Very spread out. He's starting to do it over there to the left, though.
Yeah. Always want to have the 2 probes constantly mining on the minerals closest to the Nexus. Absolutely what you want. And Barracks goes down here.
No gas first shenanigans.
No, but he does take gas on normal timing.
Yeah. Probably going to go for Reaper here. A very good map for Reaper. Can get it over to the base of the Protoss. Very, very good. There's a lot of ledges you can jump up and down.
Really like this scout by Super. It's going to let him know if 2 barracks play is coming his way. And he goes right to the main base, so he's not checking for proxies. He's just like, are you going for a weird command center first build? Are you taking gas first, or what's going on? If there are no barracks in the main, do I need to freak out about that? Because I think Super's probably, as well as Fedora, you know, the coach, probably a little bit wondering, like, you know, why did they send Cure with all the other players they could send? Not that Cure's a bad player, but... you know, forcing him to play 3 matchups and 2 PvPs from a strategical standpoint seems to be the better choice, especially because both Protosses, you know, that I'm mentioning seem to have a better win ratio than Cure, just coming out more consistently. Now, he sees the Reaper opening, sends his probe back home. Let's see how much damage actually can get done here with the Reaper. Probably not a whole lot. More likely, you know, he's just going to try to scout the 3 pylon locations.
Yeah. Zealot is going to come out here. May want to keep it for the Reaper. May want to cancel and try to get that Nexus up.
Now he sees that the eBay block is not happening, so cancels the Zealot. Now, sometimes you do want that Zealot out for the Reaper if it's a fast Reaper build, but in this case, he's just keeping it simple. Comes in here. We'll see that the Nexus variation is gas limiting 1, where he only has 1 gas up with 3 instead of 2 and 2.
Yeah. Reaper is going to be pushed out by the Mothership Core. Very nice timing there. And this is a sneaky pylon. And, you know, I'm not sure how much I actually like this on this map. I mean, it's not the biggest map. There isn't that many places. There aren't that many places to hide that many proxies. With one Reaper already on the map, I mean, I would assume after being in the main base, he's going to scout the rest of the map. He's even going to use an SCV here to make extra sure.
I like the location better than any other place you could have hit it on the map, though. It's the last place that Cure is going to expect. That's why he checks all the locations that are close to his main base and that are a little bit more obscure. But I don't think he's going to check this one. Now, what would be really cool to me, would 100% approve of, is a proxy robotics here. Stargate, again, 2 games in a row, in some senses you might say is pretty tricky. Kira's probably thinking, okay, you've already done your proxy game, you're going to play the real game now. But he's not. He's playing Oracle's proxied again.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I mean, I would assume with the Reaper out on the map, you would want to scout everywhere, but Cure's just saying, you know, I think you have the read on this one. I think he's just assuming that Super's going to play a standard game here, and he's going to be in a bit of hurt if he does not scout this.
Now, the Oracle's going to take way longer to come across the map. Plus, it's not the rushed Oracle, the gas-first Oracle that we saw on Polar Night. So, a very different feel, very different timing. Stim is already on the way. He's getting a few Mirage out, 3 Marines at a time. He's having a heavy attack prepared to come out here to force the overcharge. And he's going to have plenty of Marines to defend this. In fact, since he's not sure what's coming his way, he's actually just going to keep units in the main base.
Very smart. I mean, he's got enough units here to just split them up here. He's going to send this Reaper back in the base, and I don't think the Stalker's actually going to catch up to it. A couple more shots. No, doesn't even get that one. He's going to go all the way behind here, and he's not going to see anything. And he's got to expect something's coming his way now.
Yeah, that's well said. Seeing nothing is actually the scariest thing, because if you saw a Robotics, you'd be like, oh, okay. Or even saw a Twilight Count, like, oh, okay. But in this case, now he's not sure. Could even be hidden gateways, so he starts a bunker here. Oracle already gets 2 kills. 3, 4, and gets away with no stim. He's able to, with great micro here, outmaneuver those Marines.
Yeah, losing no health on that Oracle as well. Super back at home. He ends a very quick 3rd base here, actually, as well as a Twilight Council and 2 gates.
Yeah, 730 Nexus, and this will be scouted right away. A great reaction here by Cure, considering the situation. This is going to be delayed, this factory, which means the starport and the medevacs are going to be delayed. 7 kills in total on this Oracle, which escapes with still full hit points, only shield damage taken here.
This is such good micro out of Super so far. Also, Cure not having his Marines right in the right place to defend against this.
When this 3rd base, when this 3rd Nexus completes, the economy of Super is going to go nuclear, man. He has 49 probes already to the 30 of Cure, and with all the probe production he has and the gates he's going to add with Blink, he's going to explode with income, and he's going to have a ton of production to back that up. The thing is that Cure is not going to allow him to actually get this Nexus for free. I don't know if he can hold this with even with the Mothership core, with the powering up that we saw very early from Cure. I think he's going to be able to force a cancel here. Oh, no cancel.
He's going to let it finish. He's going to try to put down the overcharge here to try to defend this, I would assume.
A bit late on that.
But, you know, here's the stim. I think he's just going to focus it down. The units are far away for Super. Is he going to get it? He gets the Mothership core as well, and he's going to get it.
There's way too many units here with stim. He actually doesn't even care about those gateway units. Why did he even consider fighting the gateway units before the Nexus?
Yeah, I mean, without those force fields, he could have maybe even actually stimmed in there. Look at this, 5 gateways now. It's going to go up to 8 gateways for Super in total, and he's got Blink on the way.
It's a lot of economy on 2 base for this too. I mean, this is not just like, oh, he's on 2 base, he's just going to do this because he's desperate. He's built up a large probe count, 51, so he's going to have full saturation on 2 bases, plus the 4 gases, so he can have a ton of Stalkers made here. The Oracle is going to continue to try to pick off some units, anything he can do to slow down the powering up of these barracks and the additional Marines coming out. +1 is halfway done. Combat Shield is getting closer, and Concussive Cells is getting closer. We'll kill the Oracle. That stim's so handy for this.
Yep, is able to finally kill that Oracle. It did pay in more than it was worth, so a very good Oracle there. And, you know, Super not going super aggressive here. He's going to have a large standing Stalker army right now, but he is just going to throw down that 3rd base.
Interesting. Gets a 3rd base robotics charge. So, without attacking here, he still has a healthy probe count, so you know, on 2 bases, his economy is still pretty good. And he will be able to get that even better once the 3rd base is up. But fighting with only Blink Stalkers against this army comp is so difficult to do. He is on the way to switching out of this pure blink composition. It's great at drop defense. It is good at picking off a Marine here or there, then running away, very harass-oriented. Maybe snipe a medevac if he's lucky. But still, his army is so tiny comparatively in size and composition-wise. If he fights straight up against Stim Marine Marauder, he is going to get crushed. And this is something that Kira knows. He's actually going to go over here and attack. He wants to maybe kill this third base again.
Yeah, he definitely has the army right now to pressure it. You know, the medevacs are a little bit late, so his Marines, you know, got to be careful as they stim, but he does have 2 coming out at the time, so he's going to be okay for now. A very nice time warp from behind.
That time warp from behind is beautiful here. He cuts off some of those Marines as well. Guardian Shield, good coverage, and Charge Zealots coming through as well. He may blink to chase. He absolutely does. And has Cure overextended? That is the question here. Cure pulling off a fast one here with that time warp. The Widowmine here gets some extra shots, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's just going to fight here again with the good force fields. Does the Terran army have enough to push this back? No, the Zealots are gone.
Yeah, a very, very overconfident push forward and actually dropping the mule. That's how much Cure is confident that he has won this game. That is a ton of minerals coming down there. And, you know, he's going to chase after these Stalkers. They do have a bunch of charged Zealots to tank for them, but once those are cleaned up with good micro, there's not much back here for Super.
And that Widowmine push I was talking about, this is not the same way I was expecting we were going to see this come out, but he is using those Widowmines now to assist. And with already the army of Super being incredibly low at half the size of his opponent, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold this. Look at this, 4 additional Widowmines here. That puts him up to 6 in total, and he's going to have a 7th and 8th one walking across the map, scurrying over pretty soon. There's no Nexus cannon here because he used that Time Warrior, sacrificed that Mothership core. Now the Nexus under fire. He doesn't even stim here until he has to. Notice he waits until the last second, and there it is. Starts to engage. Widowmine's here at the front, taking out so many of those units. The Immortal at the back here, trying to do what it can.
Trying to do what it can, but the Widowmine's getting very decent shots. And with the reinforcements coming in here, looks like the army is too big for Cure. And Super, I think he's going down. GG!
Jin Air does it, man. Cure ended up being the right choice after all. Ends up taking a win here. Very, very solid play, good pressure play. You know, the build orders lined up really nicely for him. He was able to take that early lead he had in army size, you know, versus economy, and attack that third Nexus, knock it down, and kill some of that Protoss army. And that's it. Jin Air will take 15 million won home and 40 points, not 4 points, much more than that. And will put themselves in second place, just barely behind.
Yeah. I feel like Super, you know, a very, very early third base, a little bit risky there, and adding the extra gateways that he couldn't really produce on all 8 gateways, and then the kind of overconfident blink forward as the reinforcements up here were coming across the map. Could have been some stuff that brought his game down a little bit there, led to the loss. Here, though, very solid play, like you mentioned. Definitely the right choice, showing that he is able to take out the ace of MVP without having to use Rogue or SOS.